Hello, my name is Jalul Baumama. I'm a systems engineer with Live Action based out of Palo Alto, California. And today I'll be walking you through LiveNX Advanced Reporting. We will be learning two things: how to create a report and then how to turn that report into an advanced template. All right, so let's take a look. When you first log in into LiveNX, you will be presented with the overview dashboard. To get to the reports, you click on the menu button and then you click on Reports, View Reports, and then you'll be presented with the top reports. And these are the reports that most of our customers use daily. And then you also have the favorite reports. If you have specific reports that you use all the time, you can add them to the favorite reports for easy access. And then you also have the default templates. And default templates are multiple reports stacked together for different use cases. Like the voice analysis one, as an example, has multiple reports that can help users with voice issues. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at how you can create your first report. Okay, so to create a report, you click on Create Report button. And then here you have three different options. You have the general settings, report list, and then the report details. To get started, you can give it a name. So just call it test 1-2 as an example. And then you also have the presentation mode where you can make it standard or the executive level. With the executive level, you have a high level report with less technical details. Standard, you basically have all the technical details within a report. You can also add a footnote to your report and then select the time zone, the time range. I will just keep it for the last 15 minutes, but you can do last hour, 1 day, last week, or a custom date. And then you also have the flex search. So if let's say you have specific traffic that you want to monitor, like specific application or IP, you will be able to add it to the flex search. And then you also have the filters. So if let's say you just want to focus on voice or video traffic or some critical applications, you will be able to create a filter for those applications and then apply these filters to the report. And then you have the sharing settings, and then with you have the email address field. So if you have specific users that you want to share the reports with, you just add their email addresses in here. And then you also have the file format, so you can send it as a PDF or a CSV. And then let's say you want to limit the number of rows within a specific report, you will be able to limit that using the PDF row limits. And then lastly, you have the custom logos. If let's say you want to give a logo to your report, you will be able to add that here. In the middle, you have the report list, and we've added the application report. So now we're seeing that report here. And then on the right, you have all the details for this specific report. Things like the report name, if let's say you want to add a description to the report, you'll be able to add it here. And then if you have devices or interfaces that you want to focus on, you'll be able to select them here. And then you also have the flex search and then the display filter. And this is a filter that again you can leverage to focus on a specific traffic. And then the direction of the report, you have outbound, inbound, or you can do separated or combined. And then you have the flow type, so you can do basic flow, or if let's say you're monitoring a firewall or some other device, you'll be able to select the flow type that works for you. And then you also have the execution type. You can do time series or aggregation. So with the aggregation, you will have aggregated data over time, and then with the time series, you will have a time series report that shows the bandwidth utilization over time. Sort by option is also here, so you can say I want to sort by bit rate or packets or some specific value. And then you have the business hours. So if, let's say you have some specific sites where you just need to look at data based on business hours, you'll be able to set that here. And then the bin duration, so you can say I want to make the bin 1 minute or 5 minutes. And then lastly, you have the message that will indicate which data store it's being used for pulling the data. So if you see a raw data store, this is a store that basically has all the details. It doesn't average or aggregates the data, so that the reports will take a little bit of time to run. If you're running a report for a long period of time, the data will be pulled from the long-term store, which is aggregated data, but it takes less time to render the reports. Okay, so this is how you create your first report. And if, let's say, you want to turn this report into a template, what you do is just add a new report. So if you click add new report, you can go ahead and select another report. We'll just go with the top conversations. And then you have the same filters here that we went through earlier. So if you have specific filters that you want to apply to your report, you'll be able to use these filters to do that. The difference between the filters that you have on the right and the ones that you have on the left is the left filters are global filters. So if, let's say, I want to create a template and just focus on YouTube traffic, if you add the filter, that will get applied to the application report and the top conversations. If you add a filter to the right, that will only get applied to the report that you have selected. So that's the difference between these two filters. All right, so let's go ahead and execute the template. And you notice here I have my test 1, 2. And when you first create a report or a template, it will be private. So you're the only one that will have access to it. If you want to make this public for other users, you can just click on the private button and I will make it public. And when other users log into the LiveNX interface with their credentials, they'll be able to see your template. And then in the middle you have the reports or the template. So here is the application report and the top conversations report. Okay, so today we learned how you can create your first report and then how you can turn that report into a template. To learn more or to download your free trial, please visit www.liveaction.com.